I'm just a butcher,
Quite
and
a
I trade meat.
responsibility.
That's all I do.
Well, it is good to meet you. I hope we could possibly have a drink together later this evening, when it comes to the later evening before the late hours.
Whoever's there, give me an insight check inside of the dice tower.
I think you gotta make the dice tower available first.
Oh, I didn't do that. Shh, Nikes. My bad. One second. There it is. Wow, nice rolls, guys. But oh me! You can tell that this guy is a very dangerous man. And you can actually see that he has a lot of violence just by the way he's like clutching his knives and stuff. You can actually see his hands kind of trembling a little bit as he's talking to you guys. Good roll though.
Okay, guys, I think now might be a good time to head out and get some rest.
Yeah, no problem.
Definitely looks like this guy likes violence, that's for sure.
Thank you for your time, sir, and thank you for the shelter for the night.
And thanks for the meat. I'll hang it up now.
Before we take off, kind of throw the meat towards him, I'm going to hold up my hand to give a good shake, forearm to forearm.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm handing him the one that's the short arm.
You're shaking the short arm?
So I hold my hand out so he can do it and see if... is this arm working, or is it...
No, it works perfect.
It's
just shorter than, it's just shorter than the other arm. His left arm
All right,
is...
so we shake on it and say, well, we'll see you in the morning then. Thank you, Alberto.
Thank you. And he just goes back to taking the meat. He goes in there and you can just hear the hatchet hitting the wood as he's cutting up the meat.
Hey, Omi, why don't you go cheer that guy up, play some spoons?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
Be very receptive.
I'm sure it'll end very well for you.
Sorry, did I
Maybe some
actually
other
hear
time.
that? Malakesh, did you actually ask him to play the spoons? For the
Not-
first time
not
ever?
for me. I'm walking this way. You can play it behind me.
Doesn't matter where he's playing. You asked him to play the spoons. Are you
I'll play them for you tonight. How's that sound?
Whoa. As you guys are sharing meat with one
I
another.
hope to God never to hear it. But
Is Illisandra still with us?
Oh yeah, she's definitely with you. She's following.
I'm gonna look
She's
at her and just
right on you
place
guys.
the brat?
Brat? No,
Everyone else refers to you as Brat. Is that not a nickname?
no. Just why? Just because I ask a lot of questions? Does that make me a brat?
Not at all, not at all. I've been asking him quite a few questions.
Yeah.
So, do you have the same belief as the rest of the village?
Well, sure. Sure. They protect us.
Sounds like you've tried to run off at least once.
Maybe.
So, he is the leader of your village. Who is your
Sure.
spiritual leader of your village? Who's in charge of your spiritual beliefs?
We don't know what you mean. We don't
Is
have...
that your crones? Are they the ones that keep the youngsters believing in your ways?
Everybody tells the stories. We all take turns. It's just not one person. Everyone. And you can see by this point, all of the residents of the village are starting to go into their shanties for the night and whatnot. So there's really no one else out. And they've even wrapped up over on where the landings, where all the boats are, up on shore and stuff. Now, like I said, it would be getting dark now. But seeing that it's dark anyway because of the storm, and you can see out into the water, there's actually some pretty big waves, and there's some pretty big waves that are kind of splashing up on the shore as well. So, but you guys,
before
go
we
ahead.
turn in for the night, boys, what do you say we try and hit up the old loony guy? Maybe the girl can show us where they keep this crazy man.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, they're all in. They're all inside. Like I said, there's no windows. And you know, you can hang out around the island if you guys want. You guys can look around if you guys want to. So it's totally up to you. Yeah.
Is there anything interesting to see around your town or around the island here that we should know about?
Well, don't, you know.
Like the dock or anything?
What you want do?
I don't know. Just trying to figure out why your people made this pact.
Because it protect village from monsters of the deep. That why, and it protects us from big storm like what we have now. And the storm's definitely gotten a lot worse since you guys have come on shore, and you know now you actually heavy winds are hitting you, and you know the rain is like little daggers piercing on your face, stinging your face. Storming pretty good. Like I said, there's you can see there's a lot of white caps out in the Moon Sea. Waves are washing up, probably 10 feet up on shore.
Yeah, I'd say she's really coming in now, boys. Pretty soon it'll be time to seek some shelter, turn in for the night. Is there anything else that we need to get done before the night passes? And just as out of character, Dave, is this the first night, or are we
this is the
expecting
night
this to
we were
happen?
expecting it.
This is the night we're expecting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of just heavily say, we turn in for the night, making sure that everyone's aware that
Yeah,
we need to make sure that we're good here.
Yeah,
Yes,
old
it kinda
Berto
feels
said you
so.
sleep in barn. You sleep with goats.
It'd be good to have a little tour around the island just to see the different sites and where things are, just to get a bit of an idea, just to kind of
everything on island right here.
tourist guide.
Everything right here. All of the houses, the barn, the fire pit. What do you?
You ever been to the wood? You ever been to the woods, girl?
No way! I don't go into the wood. The monsters come and get you. Monsters take you away.
Have you seen these monsters?
No, because I don't go in the woods.
Has anybody seen these monsters?
She points at her head and she says, "I smart. I don't go in the woods."
So who gets the food from the woods?
We trade. We fish. The fish, no fish in woods, dummy. There are no fish in woods. Only monsters.
Well, if you saw the head we brought in, we've been known to take a monster or two out.
Well, if they fire protect us from monster, but if one come in, then you take that monster, kill monster.
Well, I don't see why we would protect this place if most of the people here seem a bit hostile towards us or want us to leave anyway.
You outsides, they know you. You know us.
Fair
That's
enough.
why. I mean, we've been here since the beginning of time. Outsiders sometimes come, they don't stay, and then they leave. They trade. Like I said, we trade. I sorry, but I show you where barn is, and she takes you guys over to the barn.
Okay, that seems fair. It's getting late. It may be time for you to head for a bit of sleep yourself.
Yeah, like I said,
If you just show us where to go.
there's 4 goats. One of the goats is missing a horn. One leg is shorter on the other goat. And as you guys get into the barn, you can see that the barn is made of all kinds of pieces of wood. Basically, this is a pretty bad structure. But it's for the most part, it's keeping most of the water out. And as you guys are kind of getting a little acclimated in there, kind of drying off a little bit, you can see that one of the beams inside of the barn has the word audacity that is painted on it, and it's sort of in like a badly faded gold paint. Definitely been there for a while. So, but it says audacity. And then there's all kinds of other items in there. Like there's a bunch of sacks of grain. There's a couple of barrels full of tools for like gardening and whatnot. And then there's several bales of hay that obviously are to feed the goats and whatnot. The goat. Yeah, pardon me. As you guys go into the barn, the goats follow you in, and they're just kind of staring there at the door, just watching you. And they're just kind of reaching over really slowly and taking a bite out of those hay bales. they're just kind of watching you.
I'm going to inspect the barn, the beam, and the structures and see if I can estimate how long these buildings have been around.
Sure. Give me a perception check. If you don't have perception, just give me wisdom. Wow.
And then,
right.
Along with that, I'd like maybe a sister. The word, or maybe there was a boat known as Audacity, or maybe they scavenged this from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a nice roll. I'll tell you what. I'll let you do a history check on that, Markesh, if you want to try to recall what audacity means. Yeah, you're just kind of sitting there going, what the hell is audacity? And you can't. I know I've heard that somewhere.
Can't come to mind. Okay.
Yeah, not with that roll.
What are you doing there, Marcus?
Just hoping to God you don't bust out those fucking spoons.
I think I've had enough. I think my hand's a little sore. I don't think I play any more spoons today.
Alessandra, she tells you that she's going to get some sleep before the monsters come out. I'm going to go to sleep. Bye-bye.
What do you mean before the monsters come out?
Oh, because they tell us if we don't go to bed, monsters come out of woods and take us away. So,
when?
Right, in a couple minutes, I've got to go. And she
you go.
hurries out of the barn. Nice story that they tell her to get her in bed at a certain time, right? The monsters are just gonna come and get you and drag you away. I love it.
Yeah, so I presume we're gonna do a bit of exploring around while everybody's off in bed and stuff. Yeah, you check out what's going on in this village.
You peer out of the door, and you can see there's no movement in this whole entire village. The only movement that you see are the 3 crones that are almost getting blown away by tending to the fire that's under the pavilion. These crones, they it seems like they don't even sleep. It seems like they don't even leave the fire.
For this to tend to the fire.
If this thing's supposed to happen tonight, we should probably do some snooping around here, guys.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I'm just thinking, they don't go in the woods because they're scared of the monsters, yet they're keeping this fire alive, tending to it. Where are they getting the wood to supply this fire?
Everyone keeps saying they trade for it.
From boats.
Yeah, but they say they don't like outsiders, and they don't get many people turn up.
But when they do, they try to trade. But a lot of this stuff, as you guys had actually seen a couple pieces of wood and stuff that had been washed up on the shore too. So they're probably getting a lot of that stuff that's been washing up on the shore.
Yeah, I can understand that. A huge amount of wood you're supplying in. You'd need more than just the odd trade now and again to kind of keep that sort of fire going.
Oh, it wasn't very big.
Yeah, a small campfire can go through a ton of wood in one night.
We're alone except for these damn goats, right?
Just those four goats, just reaching over really slowly as they outstretch their neck, and just kind of reach over and bite into that hay bale. That's it.
Okay.
They're just staring at you.
Should we go for a little walk then, boys, and see what we can see while there's everybody in bed?
Before we do you have any clue what the hell this audacity is? Driving me nuts.
I'll take a look at it.
I'll see what I can remember then.
Audacity. Does that ring any bells?
I don't know. Does it? History
I don't
checking
think it
is
will.
up? Definitely not for you, Kalash.
I didn't think it would.
And definitely not for you either, Emmy.
I don't know. It's just a word. It doesn't mean anything to
I
me.
think that's the first time you guys have all failed a skill check. I like it. I like it.
Well, it's gonna drive me nuts until I figure this out. Yeah, you guys, if we're gonna go snoop around, I ain't shit for sneaking, but I can back you up.
Well, just try to be a little quiet. With all this rain coming down, everyone's gonna have a hard time hearing anything anyway.
You guys have got the landing. You've got all of the homes, all of the ruined homes. You've got, the fire pit area still. You've got the smokehouse.
I remember the girl when we walked by that building talked about someone crazy on the inside.
Yeah. You could even go into the woods if you want to. I don't care.
Wonder if it wouldn't be similar to that loony bin we saw back in Flan.
Yeah, I think we need to go and speak to that guy. I think we need to check out the ruined buildings and see why they're ruined and left. It might be worth checking out the landing.
Well, Alessandra had told you that, her family had died from the fever that had, that chill fever that had, swept over the island. And she lived in one of those hovelled houses, so you would probably imagine that all of the other hovelled houses are from other families that probably passed away during that.
Right.
But you guys, there's nobody out there but the crones, but the crones are busy. So you have full
I would say I'm gonna look for you
roam
guys.
of the island.
Lead the way, I'll follow.
Let's check out the loony guy like suggested first.
Let's go do that then.
Okay, so that was back in one of the old broken down houses, right?
Yeah. You guys go back to the place, and this hovel, the roof's collapsed upon itself. There's just only a small area where one of the wall kind of leans against another. That kind of protects from the rain, and you can see a little light that's kind of flickering, probably from a little miniature campfire or something like that. And that's where Alessandra had called you the Luna man. Hey, you guys, as you guys kind of move up to this slanted wall, you can see at the edge there's a bunch of empty bowls and a bunch of fish bones scattered all over the place. And then another fish bone, as you guys are walking up, comes out of the entrance and kind of lands at your feet, hits you in the shoe, and you can see that little light flickering inside of there. So you can definitely tell that someone's in there. So how are you guys gonna approach this guy? Just walk right up? Do what?
Yeah, do we need to be cautious at all? I'm really not feeling threatened myself, but
so far you haven't been threatened at all.
right.
Yeah, I'm like Malakesh. I'm not the most stealthy person out there, to be honest. I'm trying to clunk a little bit as I walk.
Sneaking up on him might not be a good idea unless he's unless I can hear him saying anything in there.
All right, so as we enter up, then I'm gonna take out my Morning Star and kind of knock on a piece of the wood and say something like just "Oi" or "Hey." As we're walking in, I won't ask for permission, but we'll walk in.
Sure. Yeah, you can see this as you kind of peer your head. There's this kind of loose stone, and you kind of pull the stone away. He's got good aim throwing those fish bones out of the hole, and as you stick your face up to the hole, another fish bone hits you in the face, and he's just kind of face down on a plate, just eating food and raspberries and whatnot. And he hears the give me a stealth check actually, and do it with disadvantage.
I think I already have that.
Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely heard you, and he looks up and goes, "Who are you? Well, what are you doing here?" And you can see that he is kind of a little twitchy and whatnot. It's like he's kind of twitching, and he's looking around frantically, and he says, "Who are you? Who are you?"
Travelers in the town for the night to pass over the storm. And, we heard you were a bit new to town.
I've been here for a little while, but are you here to take me away?
We're searching for some information. Is there a reason we should take you away?
Well, I was hoping the ghost ship was going to take me away. Hopefully.
The ghost ship? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I said ghost ship.
When I'm going to look to Omi when I had said that. Just say, did he say ghost ship? Kind of encourage you to take over the conversation.
Yeah, everybody give me a perception check as well. Yeah, Omi, you notice that as you're kind of looking in with Marcus, you see that as he's talking to you guys, he takes looks like a small notebook or something, and he kind of slides it under the mat that he's kind of half standing on, crouched down, eating. And you can see that he's got like a bottle of ink out and several writing utensils. And you see him kind of put that away. And then there's several other different vials that he's got kind of lying around. And he says, who are you? What's your names? My name's Veric. Oh.
My name is Omi. These are my friends Cal and Markesh.
Greetings.
I haven't seen you here before. You don't live on the island, do you? You don't live out in the woods, do you?
No.
How is it you came to be here? You don't look like the others.
No. Kind of washed up on the shore. I was in a huge storm, and I thought I was going to die and drown, but then all of a sudden I just and he seems to begin really nervous, and he says, I just woke on the sand, and they brought me here. And he's kind of like itching himself and stuff and kind of looking around. Very twitchy.
You look like you could use some more food. I reach into my backpack and grab some food out for him. I'm going to walk up to him and hand it to him. Have you bathed lately? You look awfully dirty.
As long as it's not goddamn fish, I'll eat anything. I'll eat the ass out of a horse right now. I'm so hungry. I'm just tired of this fish.
I'm with you
no,
there,
it's
man.
not fish. Have you have had a change of clothing recently? You got dust and dirt all over you as I start brushing them down. And then
he's
as
all
I'm brushing them down,
Hey, that feels really good. A little bit lower, please. A little bit lower.
Okay, turn around and I'll give you a back rub. While I'm doing that, I want to try to snag the journal
wait a
that he
minute.
had.
Wait a minute. That feels kind of good.
Just a second, let me roll up my sleeve. I can get it better. I'm gonna try to snag the journal that he had while I'm doing that.
Sure, give me a sleight of hand check in the tower. That was absolutely horrible. It says, hey, wait, that's because he sees you reaching under and goes, hey, and he's really quick, and he turns around and he grabs it back and he says, hey, that's mine. That's mine. That's
Oh,
what are you doing?
I'm sorry. It just looked like scrap. Is that belongs to you?
They probably sent you to kill me. They probably sent you to kill me. Oh my. Oh,
We're not
Who
here to
sent-
kill you. Why would you think that someone who would send some who do you think would send people to kill you?
the spirits. The spirits. The undead spirits. And he kind of breaks down a little bit and he says, one night during a storm. The storm went on for days, it seemed, and on one of the nights, I seen a ghost ship, and it went to the shore, and it started attacking some village, and there were just waves and waves, and a flying skeletal dragon, and it was breathing fire, green fire, and it just laid waste to the village, and it was my village because I was on my way home. And then they saw me, and then I turned my ship around, and that was it. Oh boy. It was the spectral galleon called the Audacity. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, as you yelled, he jumps. What?
I'm not gonna say that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Audacity.
Oh. Yeah, that's the name. Oh, that's the spectral galleon. Yes.
Tell us more. What do you know of this?
Yeah. Explain. Enlighten. We're not here to cause you any harm. We're here to help you if we can.
Sure. Let's take a break first. All right. So, you guys are snooping around, right?
Yep, we were just chatting it up with the loony man.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems really loony. His name is Veric. Called the Luna Man, as what Alessandra had called him. And he seems really nervous. You know, he's twitching a lot, looking around all over the place. And, he tells you, he thinks that you're part of the spectral undead that saw him raid his village, and basically the Draco-Lish basically just put green flame over the entire village and probably killed everyone. So he thinks that you were sent by them to come and get him. Oh, yeah, you're gonna get me.
Relax, we're not here to hurt you. We're just taking shelter in this town for the night, but I just wanted to figure out what's going on around here. Anything interesting you can tell us?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Why'd you tell me why you tried to steal my book?
Oh, I thought it was just trash.
I did. Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Eric, what's in the book?
It's just my book. It's my journal. It's just what I write.
Did you tell these people about what you've seen?
Why? They're not going to believe me. These primates, they don't know anything about what's on the other side of the water. They aren't going to believe me. All they do is talk about worshiping some sea creatures that are going to come out, and that all these creatures in the wood that if I try to leave, that I'm going to be eaten by all these creatures in the woods. This island only probably takes about 10 minutes to walk across. What are they trying to kid? Yeah.
Have you seen creatures in the woods?
No, I haven't gone. I've been in here. The only place I'm allowed to go is here, and walk around the village and go talk to those crazy ladies up there. Jesus. I figured all of them want to rape me by now. God. They need to get some.
Well, this is a typical human. Cowering in fear, not willing to step up or do anything.
You guys, all of you guys,
Yeah.
give me a insight check in the tower, please. Omi, you were clutch, buddy.
Go Omi.